Okay, good day, guys. I caught a trade today on NQ, and think this was a 5.27. This was a 5 hour trade. So I just want to give a breakdown of what I saw. A breakdown of what I saw that made me call these buys on NQ, which is Nasdaq. One thing we need to understand first is that when it comes to trading, we need to learn how to be composed. Yeah, so let me just go straight to the point. Let me just go straight to the breakdown of how I caught this trade. So, first of all, remember that before we do anything on the lower time frame, we need to ensure that we know our draw on liquidity. We know where price is going to, we know where price is heading to. We have a bias. So, first of all, on my daily time frame, on my daily time frame, you remember this our sell side liquidity, the price swept, and so just to go straight to the point, we knew that we were expecting higher prices on NQ. So our draw on liquidity was buy. We are still targeting this buy side liquidity. Okay. So our draw on liquidity is this buy side liquidity.
Mm. Not everybody have received.
So the moment we saw price came into this fair value gap, then we knew that okay, and then price took out this initial buy side liquidity. So our overall target is this BSL above. So we're already looking for higher prices. So having our direction from higher time frame coming to a lower time frame now, 5 minutes. Going to a 5 minute chart. So this is a 5 minute chart. So notice what price did here at this particular time. This was okay 3 New York time. So there was this massive push to the upside and then created a fair value gap here, and then it broke down back inside again, taking out this sell side liquidity, this one. And then after taking out that sell side liquidity, it went back into this our initial IFG and FVG. So later because most of the times when price leaves a footprint like this, later on, maybe later during the day, it can still use that same point. Just like now, it's used this our former AVG and IAVG. So when price still broke out from this our initial AVG and IAVG to the upside, so we are waiting for a retest, which we got from this place, which we got from this place here. So you see this bullish candle, this bearish candle that dips into it. This one here. Let me change the color of that so we can see it. So this bearish candle that dips into it. So the moment we saw this, then we were waiting for price to push upward, and then price pushed upward, taking out this this buy side liquidity. So we now know that okay, we have a brick of structure here. Yes. So seeing this now, we now know that okay, price is ready to push upward. The algorithm is ready to deliver prices upward. And another confirmation again, it left us an an FVG that was invalidated. You understand what I'm saying? Because most of the times when price moves to the moves to either direction, if it leaves an imbalance, and that imbalance is now invalidated, sometimes or most of the times it will retest and use it, like just like a ladder. It will retest and use it like a ladder to go to the other direction. So we have this FVG that was invalidated. The moment So first of all, when these bullish candles dip downward and left a fair value gap. So now remember, we are not going into this market chasing prices. You get, we already have a direction. So even if price created this FVG here, we are not looking at that FVG and saying, okay, I want to start selling from that place. No. So we were waiting to see, um, and then price push upward and invalidated that fair value gap. So the moment that thing happened, that out. We marked that point out. Yes. So and then was waiting for price to come back to that point. So see how many times price tapped that point. The first one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So price gave you 7 opportunities to get in to this market. So from this candle here, the moment the candle came down and touched, and notice another thing again, because sometimes these algorithms, they leave footprints for you to know what is about to do. So we have our confirmation, our fair value gap that was invalidated, and then price left another fair value gap. So if you wanted to enter safe, you could even decide to enter using this fair value gap price created. So we could enter from this fair value gap, or we could use the fair value gap that was invalidated. So having our fair value gap and our invalidated fair value gap. So we have our confirmation, and the moment this candle came in, so we entered, and then and remember, another important thing is it's not just entering but knowing where the stop loss should be and where the take profit should be. So so our stop loss was below this point here, this first point that dipped into our IFG. Yeah. So you need to give enough room for price to do what it wants to do. Yeah. And then our take profit was this buy side liquidity here. This one. This one. So this buy side liquidity. Now, why was I now you can see that we placed our take profit at just the right. Just imagine if it was placed further up, then this winning trade now would have turned to a losing trade. So you need to understand market dynamics. Why was I targeting this point here? Because price moves from internal range liquidity to external range liquidity. So on this trade now, where do you think will be our nearest drawn liquidity? Number one, we have this gap here. This gap here. We have this gap here. And then the nearest liquidity from where we enter this trade is here. Yeah. So this is why we targeted this place. Yeah. So this was our target, this buy side liquidity. Yeah. So um it's pretty simple. Just know your just understand the flow from the higher time frame first of all. First of all, remember the first thing is not the lower time frame, the first thing is the higher time frame. So just understand the draw. And from our higher time frames, we already had a bias. We were looking for buys. So coming to the lower time frame, marking out an IAVG and AVG, noticing how price keeps using those points. So the moment price came into the IAVG, then also left price also left a fair value gap, and the fair value gap was invalidated, and then we took our entry from it, our target nearest buy side liquidity. So this was a 5 hour trade on NQ. Thank you. So that's it for today.